Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back. Today is a little bit of a special house for me that I want to take you on a tour of. This is a house that we used to rent in what is called the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky. When we rented this house, though, my two youngest were babies. They were literally 1 and 2 years old. But I've set it up as in we live in it now. I have done a house, it's called A House for My Sim Self and Family, that really reflects where we live present day. But I wanted to build this house because it holds so many good memories for us. It was in an area just like this, full of historic homes. This home was very old, well over 100 years old, I believe close to 150 years old, and it had been renovated a couple of times. It did have that garage out back that was off street, kind of back in an alley. And then we had this patio back here where I just had some patio chairs. The layout to this house is absolutely exact. I had wanted to build this house for years, but where we could not build L-shaped rooms, I would fail every time and just tear it down. So I'm happy to be able to rebuild this house finally, and I just thought this lot was perfect for it. Also, I've built a house that I actually rented when I was a single mom with my older two kids, if you want to check out that video too. But these are my two youngest. Remember, I said when we lived in this house, this is after I married my husband, who I've been with for 14 years now, and we had two of our own babies. So I was no longer a single mom, and we rented this beautiful home here in the Highlands. The front of it looked exactly like this. It had the two light posts right here. It had a little porch over top of the front door that made a little overhang there, but the front porch itself was raised, which we cannot do in the game. And so now we're going to come into the front entrance. As soon as you came in, you had the staircase there, and I did have a coat rack there, but it was hanging on the wall. This is not going to be decorated exactly the way I had it decorated. It's just mostly the layout and some of the finishings. So as you came through that front hall, there was a little opening there with a coat closet. And then you had this beautiful formal living room here. And where it was a really old house, it had these sets of French doors that closed it off from the hallway and the other room that's next door. And I believe they used to do that because if they had something important going on, or, had company over, something important, that way they could close off the doors and keep the room private and keep out the noise from the rest of the house. But I have it decorated as the formal living room, and you can see me and my husband there sitting on the couch enjoying the fireplace and the Christmas tree. And then here at the end of the entry hall was a three-piece bathroom. It did have some flowery wallpaper in it. I thought it was beautiful. It has a shower, and the sink looks almost exact. The toilet was located over there, and I've just put a laundry hamper in here. So that's the front entryway and the formal living room. There was also an archway that led you into what I believe was meant to be the formal dining room back in the day, but I used it as the family room. So I had a wall cabinet here. It didn't look exact to that, but it had the TV in it. The fireplace was over here. And I've put another little Christmas tree there in that bay window that used to be there. And I've hung the stockings on either side of those French doors and put a bookshelf over there on the other wall. So this is pretty much how I had the room set up. And it was nice and open there in the middle, and that's where the two little ones used to drag their toys over and play while I was in the kitchen doing what I needed to do, because their bedrooms were upstairs. So that's what the house looks like so far. And then from what I used as the entertainment area, you come into the kitchen. It did have this exposed brick wall on this section of it here. The countertops were a little bit lighter in color, but they were the same style, so I chose these. And I did, of course, have my spice racks over there. There was a double oven right in that exact spot. The stove was there. I didn't have a rice cooker, but I wanted to put that in there anyway, or an ice cream machine. I wish I had. And then on this side was the refrigerator, and it did have that sink island there. So you can kind of see how it's set up there. And I don't know how the mixer got moved over to the sink island, but I had to fix that. So that's what that end of the kitchen looked like. And it did have those 2 bay windows there on the corner, and I absolutely loved having that. So over here on the other side is where I put my dining set. Remember, that middle room was supposed to be the dining area, but I like to have an eat-in kitchen, and that's where I put my table and chairs. And it did also have a little walk-in pantry there, as you see, and there were a lot of those bay windows. So here is the patio door here that led out to the patio. And I had it decorated sort of like that. There was a little trellis out there with flowers on it, and that's the layout for the whole downstairs. And I don't know if you can hear, but the birds are very active outside my window today as I'm recording. So let's go upstairs, and this is one area of the house that made me very nervous, especially having little ones, was this railing. It appeared that they had redone this railing at least 4 to 5 times, but to me it still wasn't sturdy enough. So I kept the babies downstairs with me all day long. They weren't quite old enough to play up in their rooms by themselves anyway, but this is the hallway here that you come up the stairs. At the top was a stained glass window, and then over here was the little walk-in laundry area. And I actually modified this just a little bit. It was about a square shorter, and then there was this odd staircase that went upstairs to an attic, which I did not include in this house. And then right here at the end of the hall is the upstairs bathroom. It was this exact color of green. It had tile that looked almost identical. And then you see the vanity there, and of course I pretend that's a tub and shower combo. It had the toilet recessed back there. I mean, it's almost exact. So let's come back toward the front of the house. This was actually Claire's room. It was a nursery at the time, but where I've built it for present day, and she is a preteen. This is how I've decorated her room for now. I've given her a computer over there and her own bookshelf and an art easel. She did have a fireplace in here, which we never used while we lived there. And I've put her bed here in front of the window, which is actually where I had her crib, and where it was a nice, safe bay window, nothing she could fall out of. She loved to stand there and watch everyone go up and down the street. Here was her closet, and we did have barn doors on the 2 closets upstairs, so I thought it would be pretty cool to put those barn doors in. And then as for this middle bedroom, my husband and I chose to use this as our room so we could be in the middle of the 2 babies. And this is exactly how we had it set up. Our closet was over here. There was our dresser. We had a large TV there on the wall. We had the bay window over there, the fireplace, and then the 2 little corner windows. And this is where we had our bed here, and it was this color of yellow. I really liked that color in the bedroom. I don't know, it just seemed cheerful to me. And then at the end of the hallway on the left, you come into Denver's old room. He was only 1, so of course this was a nursery as well, but I've set it up for a 9-year-old boy, which he just turned 9 the other day. And I've given him an armoire here, a full-size bed, his computer over here, and a TV, and a nice large rug to play on for when he gets his Legos out. And that is his room there. And here is also an overview of the 2nd floor layout. So many good memories in this house. And next we will take a look at where I've put everything. And remember, I do the grid at the end of the video. So you come in off the street. There was street parking, and remember we had the garage out back as well. There's the front entryway with the staircase, the formal living room. And then you have what's supposed to be the formal dining room, but I turned it into the family room or entertainment room. And here was the bathroom for downstairs. And then we have that beautiful kitchen that I turned into an eat-in kitchen with the little pantry there too. And then there was the door that goes out back as well to that patio that we had. And then the garage, which came in very, very handy, especially in the snow and ice. And then you come upstairs to that long hallway that goes all the way back. You have the laundry room there, as well as that bathroom, our beautiful green bathroom. And then we'll come back to the front, and I believe this was probably supposed to be the master bedroom, but they were all pretty much the same size, really. So this was Claire's room here, and of course her closet kind of backs up to what ours was. And then we have what we used as the master bedroom. And little boy's room here. So that is the layout and where I put all of the furniture as it was when we lived in this house. And as for favorite areas, I really can't pick one or two or three in this house because every room holds a special memory for me. You know, whether it's the living room where we had the holidays that you're looking at here now, or the family room where they used to watch their little shows, or the kitchen where I made so many meals, or even the bathtub upstairs where I gave them baths as babies and their nurseries were up there, their cribs. So this whole house just holds so many memories for me. I had so many holidays with extended family in it, and I really loved the area. You could walk any way down each street, and there was always something to do. That's what that area was kind of like, the Highland area, and we really enjoyed it. There was always a festival going on somewhere, there were shops all around. We could walk to pretty much anything that we wanted to walk to, so we really enjoyed living in this neighborhood. And I really hope that you've enjoyed this design and the tour as much as I enjoyed building it. And if you're interested in this layout of this very old historic home, the grid does come at the end of the video. And also, thank you for hanging out with me today and watching this. If you liked it, leave me a comment or that like. I really appreciate it. And if you're new, please consider subscribing. I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.